If you're thinking about joining eXp, this is a video I wish I would have been able to send myself before I made the move, because I've asked the hard questions. I did the research, and these are the things that I think every single agent should know before they make the decision to join eXp. What's up, guys? Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty. And before we get into it, if you are just curious or ever wondered what eXp is all about, or even what the hell the Wolfpack is if you've never heard of it. And if you haven't heard of it, we're actually the fastest growing group in the world at eXp Realty, and there's reasons why. So if you're just curious to see what it would look like to partner with me with, at eXp and with the Wolfpack, I'm happy to show you. No pressure, no obligation, just 30 minutes of your time, real answers of what's really going on. You can either email me directly here or go into the description below, and I have a link there where you could book a call with me. Now, before we really get into the video, this is not a hype video. I joined eXp and the Wolfpack because I had real conversations that gave me complete clarity, and I want to offer that same clarity to you. So here's what you really need to know from one agent to another. So for starters, it's not about eXp alone. eXp is great. It's not about them. It's about who you partner with at eXp, because most agents, they automatically assume, hey, I'm joining eXp. But really, you're joining a person, and it used to be just one sponsor. Now you get a sponsor, and you can even have a co-sponsor. So that means you can get two of the best, like the best of both worlds, for essentially making a quick move. And you're just your sponsor. It determines your support, access, mentorship, systems. So much goes involved with what is having to be offered from your sponsor. And the reason why I chose my sponsor and what I was looking for was becoming modern real estate, especially with social media. So I have free access to Social Agent Academy because my sponsor is the one who started it all with that. And we also have AI training. We have weekly mastermind calls, multiples, every single week. That's right, I said weekly. Production, attraction, you name it, we have stuff. And if you're a female watching this, there is a Women of the Pact only mastermind call that is geared completely different for all of that. And yes, eXp is great, but the experience comes down to who's guiding you, because eXp is huge. We have over 90,000 agents with over 3,000 employees. So your sponsor of who you choose and your co-sponsor, that makes or breaks how your experience at eXp is going to be. Now, number two is there's a lot that is available, but no one is going to be here holding your hand. You have to do this on your own. So eXp, they now offer 3 different CRMs. And the big one that they offer, they're all free. The big one they're offering that a lot of people are using and really like is Lofty, but they do have Bold Trail, which used to be KV Core. And then they have another one that I can never remember the name because I've never heard of it, but they have 3 CRMs available. There's 50 hours of training available to you every single week. Workplace is getting replaced with something similar because Facebook is phasing it out, but there is a huge community, and it's not just for your state, it's for direct broker access, it's for referral network that can be international because it is a worldwide company. There's so much involved on that in itself. There's eXp World, where, that's where you get your university, where you could do all your training, where you have your meetings for your state meetings. And then there's also the revenue share program, which that not everybody knows exactly how it works, and they always think eXp is taking money from us, and they're not. The revenue share program comes out of the money of their split of what they take from us until we cap, and then we're at 100% anyways. But I was lucky to have, partnered with someone who guided me, who gave me the steps, literally step by step, because it is very overwhelming because you are running your business. There's so much when you come into eXp. The way eXp gives it to you is like your head's going to explode, literally. The way that I can give it to you is a step-by-step system that completely eliminates that massive, overwhelming feeling and gets you to focus on what matters the most when you make that switch or decide to come over. And the big thing is at the end of the day, you need a system you could plug into, not just tools. If your systems and processes aren't in place and you don't have the right systems set up, you will not make it in this business. Now, number 3, I touched on this a little bit, and it's the revenue share is real, but you need the right strategy for it. Don't think of revenue share as, oh, it's just attracting agents. You're just recruiting agents. No, we are helping agents. Like, think of it this way. If you weren't in real estate and you were in a different field, if you had a past job, like I was an electrician, if I had a company come to me and say, hey, we want you to run our, commercial division and we're going to offer you this amount of money, that's going to make me feel amazing because I'm over there thinking like, holy crap, I'm sought after. This is great. But for whatever reason, when it comes down to us in real estate, if anybody asks, how you like your brokerage or have you ever thought about making a change, it's frowned upon for some reason. And I quite literally don't understand it. So don't think of it as agent attraction. It's just helping other agents to become better, build their business, and have the time and money freedom that they want. So it's not passive unless you build it that way. Yet you have to take a very direct approach to the revenue share program. It doesn't just happen. And you need content. Again, you need systems. You need the mentorship. And you don't want, those cold DMs that you're sending to people. You got to do it the right way. Because if you sit there and just go, eXp has A through Z, and you're just, blah, everybody's going to get overwhelmed. So you have to learn how to do it the right way. And that's where the mentorship comes in with this. And how I approach it differently is, you're obviously watching this video. So that is one way of just explaining things at a slower pace. But also it comes down to, does it actually work? What are the numbers? And I can tell you my business has skyrocketed since I made the switch of going to eXp. And if you have the numbers to back up what you're preaching and what you're doing, everything's going to work out just fine. Now, if you're serious about the side of this side of business, because at the end of the day, to build wealth, you need multiple streams of income. eXp gives you that with commission, rev share, and then the stocks. So if you want to retire and not have an issue when you're done and you don't want to sell homes anymore and chase the next deal, you have to build your revenue share. You have to get agents under you. So you have to get with people who are actually going to teach it. And that's exactly what we do at the Wolfpack. Now, number 4, this should be a no-brainer. And it's not just eXp as itself, but just the business as itself. But eXp is a business platform. This is not a brokerage. They are very entrepreneurship driven. They want you to have a real estate business, which is what you should. Yes, you're a realtor. Yes, you're a real estate agent. However, you are a real estate business owner. That's how you need to start looking at your business. You are running the show. The brokerage is not running the show for you. They're not going to hold your hand and say, come on, little fella, let's go. No, this is a business and you need to start treating it that way. So you're not just getting, a different logo. You're getting a model. And their model has been proven time and time again. As long as you put in the work and do the effort, especially what we have to offer at the Wolfpack, it's going to excel your business. You are going to see the results. And if you're not seeing the results, if you're not prospecting and doing what you have to do, that's your own fault. It's not the brokerage. Now, again, like I said, there's 3 means of income at eXp. You got your commission, of course, which is just, you're selling homes. You got the stock program, which you could option to put every single, like a percentage of every commission check into stock. Or if you go to eXp, they give you money in their stock. So retirement plan. And then you got the rev share program where, you would bring in other agents. And again, think of it as helping other agents. You are helping other agents. And then they choose you as a sponsor. That's 3 streams of income. That's how you build wealth. Multiple streams of income. And eXp definitely rewards the builders and the thinkers, not just the producers. There's people who do not produce whatsoever, but they are high up on like essentially the food chain throughout eXp, and their training is sought after because of like their mind of thinking of what they do. My sponsor does not produce anymore, but we have all these programs, systems in place that we get for absolutely free that others have to pay. And this is excelling any type of coaching I've ever had in my life. It is tremendous what we have. So if you are actually looking to be an entrepreneur, if you are actually looking to build a real estate business and be your own boss and not be one of the many who fail out of this, this is where you scale. Now, number 5 is a very important one, and it's, you can't make this decision in a vacuum. And what I mean by that is most agents come in, they either come in blind or they join someone who is not there to support them because that person is just looking out for the next payday. It's not like that with us at Wolfpack. It's not like that with me. I am not looking for the next payday. I am looking to help train, coach. I want to see people succeed. I want to help people. When I say I want to help people, it's not buying and selling. Everybody can do that. Anybody can do that. Not everybody can help another agent build their business. And that's where I am looking to thrive in. And that's where, the Wolfpack as us as a whole are thriving in, is helping others build their real estate business. But you got to ask yourself a few different questions here. Will this person mentor me? And you also want to ask them that too, about their mentorship. You need to ask, what kind of access am I going to get to systems? i.e., joining me, you get Social Agent Academy, the AI Agent Accelerator. If you have co-sponsorship to one of the guys that are in the Wolfpack, you can get a completely different CRM and his coaching for free. And he is a heavy hitter. Let me tell you, I get coaching from him. And do they have the proof of the results? What is it seeing? Because I made sure I had real conversations before I joined. And I'm offering the same exact thing to you. Not many do that. They just end up saying like, hey, this is the model of eXp. They spit it out at you, and then you don't really hear from them at all. With me, you get onboarding help. You get direct access every single time that you need it. You get the weekly mastermind calls. There's so much that you end up getting, but it's also not overwhelming because it's all laid out in systems, step by step by step. So if you're watching this and you're even just a little curious, which I was curious for a long time, I wish I would have pulled the trigger sooner. Think of it as, what is it gonna hurt to have a half an hour call? Just let me know, because I've walked through what this could look like for you. Not salesy, it's not gonna be pressured, there's no obligations. We're just gonna have a real conversation, and I'm gonna get to know you, and I'm going to explain everything that I can explain to you within that time frame. But you can email me directly here or go into the description below, and I have my calendar link there where you can book a call with me. I'd love to see how I can help you out and just meet another fellow agent that's out there. But again, it has to be something that you want to build a real estate business in. If you got any value from the video, be sure to smash the like button. And as always, if if you want to stay up to date on more amazing videos I have coming your way with different tips and tricks throughout our industry, be sure to click subscribe and turn notifications on so you can stay up to date on every single one of those.